Hey everybody, this is Seth from Coming Out Tarot. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I do run Comingouttarot.com. You can always find out more about me over there. Today, I want to talk a little bit about tarot spreads. This is kind of weird. I'm used to my phone being portrait. It's currently landscape, and my camera is over here. And so I'm looking like, it feels like I'm looking far away from you, which is really strange. So, here to talk about tarot spreads. I think there are three different kinds of tarot spreads that tarot readers use. One is those that are already created for us. Two, those that we create ourselves. And three, no spread at all. Just kind of laying out cards and not using a spread, which is in itself using a spread in a way. So I'm going to talk about these three very briefly, just to share that they're out there, and so you know that there are spreads that you can work with and use, and that there are different ways to approach reading. You don't have to do what other people do. You can do what feels right for you. So the first one is this prescribed spreads, ones that are predetermined, like a past, present, future spread. Three different cards, past, present, future. You can lay them down in whatever order you want, but you've got a defined past, present, future spread that everybody's heard about. If you're new, you may not have heard about it, or you may have read about it in a little white book that you got with your tarot deck. Three card spreads are just pretty common. So are two card spreads. Single card spreads, not so much, but I think they should be. Two card spreads are a great way to see relationships between things. Where are you headed? What's holding you back? What's setting you free? What's restraining you? Maybe two different people in a relationship, so you can see how they're interacting with each other. And then single card spreads are great for those like impactful questions. If you're someone who does yes or no with tarot, single cards are great for yes or no type of questions. They're also great for really quick answers about an action you need to take right now, kind of a thing, versus understanding all the underlying bits and pieces of a question through a more advanced tarot reading with a lot more cards. The second one is a spread that you can make up yourself. There are some tarot readers who love to make spreads up themselves, and then they'll reuse those spreads over and over and over again. They're just not making them up constantly on the fly, though they may, and then realize how great it is, and then they use that spread again. So for example, I was reading a Harvard Business Review article on excellence, and it gave me 5 very clear steps in a journey to excellence that were like in my head, it was a spread. I saw it. It was this like 5 cards leading towards the action that you can take in order to contribute more to society, and that was a brilliant spread. And so I created my own based on this article that I'd read. And you can do that too. I've even created spreads off of songs that have a clear journey in them. And most spreads that are created are going to have 3 different components to it. They're going to have a current state, some sort of history or root state of the problem, and some sort of future state, like either the outcome or the potential outcome, or the action that you should take to move forward. So those are the 3 components of creating your own spread. And then there are other readers who just read on the fly based on the question. So as they hear the question, they may hear different layouts, different parts of the layout, and they want to lay down a card related to a specific part of the question. And then they lay out that card, answer that part of the question, lay out another card, answer a second component of the question, and so on. So sometimes not having a spread is helpful because it can address very specific pieces of the question that the querent is asking you, the client, or it can be laid out in such a way that you know you like to use 5 cards because those 5 cards get you the depth and breadth of the story in order to best serve the person who's sitting in front of you. You can do it with 3, you can do it with 1, you can do it with 5, you can do it with 10, whatever works best for you as a reader. So those are 3 different types of spreads that you can use as a tarot reader, either the predetermined spreads, the ones that you create yourself and use over and over and over again, or in fact having no spread at all, but using possibly a preset number of cards. I hope that's helpful. If you'd like to learn more, head over to Comingouttarot.com to find out more about me and how you can learn more about tarot.